It's Monday, August 11th, first day of school for most of us. Thank you for joining us here at Fantasy Now Plus. We're going to recap all of not everything, but we're going to recap most of the important things that happened in the preseason from Thursday, Friday, Saturday up until Sunday. Yes, we had football for like 4 straight games, so we're going to get on to all that. The quarterback competitions, people being underdrafted, the hype, the celebrities. LeBron James is tweeting. We got so much to talk about, guys. So much to talk about. So here we go.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week.
You're watching Cold Brews and Hot Takes, only on Fantasy Now Plus.
That was a mistake on my part. I don't have a producer. I'm the producer. My fingers got stuck and I hit the wrong button, guys. It happens. It's live TV. It's preseason for me as well. We got people out there making mistakes. We got people not checking their blind side and getting sacked right away and breaking their pinky or dislocating it. It happens. It happened to me right there. That was my AR5 moment of the day. I apologize for that. We're going to get into him soon. But the first big topic of the weekend, what everyone is talking about. It was major headlines all weekend, celebrities texting, tweeting. Willie Steeman Beeman is making videos talking about how good and how do we feel now, right? How do we feel now? That's what the people are saying. Well, we're saying awesome things about Shedeur Sanders. We love Shedeur Sanders. I think we've passed this narrative of we want him to fail, which a lot of people did. I didn't want him to fail, but I didn't like how he was acting in college. I didn't like how he was, but he's a kid. I think as we get older in life, we understand like 10 years ago, Josh, I would not want Shedeur Sanders to be successful because I was a lot younger. I had a different mindset. I was still a kid myself. Now as an adult with kids of my own, I understand these kids do these certain things. You know, I hear other broadcasters talk about, well, the speeding tickets, well, this, the attitude, the cockiness, the arrogance, the whatever you want to call it. We're all, you're either on one side or the other. And the kid stands out week one in front of everybody. There was reports saying that Cleveland wanted him to fail. Cleveland was setting him up for disaster. That's what I was reading. That's what I was hearing. It's ridiculous to think. It's ridiculous to think that that's what the Browns want, him to fail. And it's crazy that we live in 2025 and we want this kid to fail. But we're not here today to talk about that. We're going to talk about how he's been great. Everything was awesome in that game. He went 14 of 23, 138 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 19 yards on the ground. He showed his mobility. He showed his poise. He showed how confident he could be. But again, this is preseason week 1. Not counting the Hall of Fame game. That's week 0. This is preseason week 1. Let's rewind a little bit. Not too far ago. There's many cases of players balling out week 1. And I know you know where this is going. You watching right now, you know where this is going. And I don't want to be the negative person. I'm not going to be because I want Shedeur to be awesome. But I don't want him to be overdrafted and you think this and that. And you're going to go make trades for him in your dynasty leagues. And you're going to go just off of one preseason game. Back in 2021, Justin Fields, still playing in the NFL today, but he's not playing for the team he debuted with just in 2020. Wrap that around your heads. Justin Fields was drafted in 2021. He is now on his 3rd team. Okay? First preseason game, he had a passer rating of 106.7. He went 14 of 20 passing, 142 yards. And he had the audacity to say, well, the game seemed slow. The game seemed a lot slower than I thought. Everything was slow, right? This was easy. This was fun. Cool. We all liked it. We all went nuts. I had him ranked over Trevor Lawrence in my rankings. I had Adam Rank on this program. We talked about how Justin Fields was going to do this and do. I was a Justin Fields fan. It's hard to believe, right? Now that you know me now, all you people tuning in, all the new subscribers, thank you for all of you that have subscribed to the channel, Fantasy Now Plus, which I'll get to the plugs later. I was all over Justin Fields. He was my guy, and then he failed. Bad. Really bad actually. His freshman year, His rookie season, he threw 10 interceptions, only threw 7 touchdowns, never hit the 106.7 passer rating. I'll tell you that, never hit that. His sophomore season opened up with 4 weeks of just throwing interceptions. Justin Fields looked like a total bust. His week 5 performance his sophomore year was the first time he ever duplicated what he did in the preseason. First time. He's been improving since. I'm not going to sit here and say Justin Fields is I call him Bustin, right? We all know that by now. My buddy Dirtbag Dave calls him Bustin. I've adopted the name Bustin. That's what he is until he proves me wrong, which I hope he does. But everyone was going gaga over him for the preseason. And then we were drafting him high. We were taking him first, second, third in our super flex leagues. We're doing this and that. And he fell flat on his face. But he had the rushing upside to make up for that. Sanders doesn't have that same rushing upside. That's my point. We can't get excited about one preseason game. I know this is the first time we've seen football. The Hall of Fame game, take that aside. We had a full week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday of football. I know we're all excited. I know we want to go in there and look at these guys' stats. What did he do? Our favorite rookies, the guy you've been tracking at Tulsa, the guy you've been tracking here, the guy you've been rooting for getting drafted in the 5th round, like a Shedeur Sanders. What did he do? What did he do? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what he did week 1. It matters that he played well. He looked well, played confident, but let's not get over excited on one game against the Carolina Panthers in the first week of August. I can't do that, and I'm not going to do it, but I'm excited that he played well. But I just want to say this, and this is just my opinion, right? One man's opinion. LeBron, Willie Beeman, Jamie Foxx, even his father, Deion Sanders. You're making it hard for him to be successful. It's going to be hard for people, the average fan who doesn't like the cocky, arrogant athlete. It's going to be hard for them to get behind him and root for him because of all of that. Because people will look at that and go, wow, they are really making him a target. And that's unfair to him. That's so unfair to Shedeur. It's so unfair. You got the kid, his brother, Shiloh, here in Tampa. The total opposite. You go to the sports bars, and I'm not making this up. You go to any sports bar, go to anyone, talk to anyone about sports. The hottest topic is Shiloh. How is he going to do? Is he going to make the team? That's the hottest topic here in Tampa. I'm not even kidding. And everyone's rooting for him. I don't know why. I don't know why he gets a pass and Shedeur doesn't, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, we have a lot to get into in the preseason. We got some other quarterbacks we're going to talk about today. We have some Jackson Dart information. Anthony Richardson, man, that was brutal. I don't like seeing that kind of stuff. Here's how much of a P I am. Here's how much of a P I am. And Chris Koffler over here on Real Talk Wrestling on Thursday nights here at the Fins Talk Sports Network, he can tell you ladder matches, table matches, hardcore matches, street fights, Texas death matches. I look away. I don't like the blood. I don't like the goriness. And that's staged. That is set up. I'm not going to say the word. I'm not going to use the F word. It's not F. They do get hurt. They do blade. They do take spots. They do go through tables. But I don't like looking at it. I don't like train wrecks. I don't like looking at the pinky. Oh, God, it makes me just think about this. Oh, we're going to get into it. But please, if you haven't yet, go to fantasynowplus.com. It's where you can find all our rankings, our waivers, our articles, so much more. If you're watching now on Fantasy Now and not the Fins Talk Sports Network, I appreciate you. Hit that subscribe button. If you are watching on the Fins Talk Sports Network, if you are watching on our family network with Bobby Melendez and those guys over there, where I do shows over there, No Holds Barred, Real Talk Wrestling, I'm on there occasionally. Make sure you come over to Fantasy Now Plus. Same guys. We'll be streaming on Fins Talk Sports Network and Fantasy Now Plus. So come on over here, hit us a sub, support the channel, drop a like, leave a comment. What did you think about Shedeur Sanders? How did you think he did? Are you going to be drafting him anywhere? I'm not. But are you? Are you confident that he's going to win this job? Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure you check us out on Blue Sky, Fantasy Now Plus for daily updates. Our guy Sean over there posts so many updates, so many. He's always on top of the news. When it breaks before. I'm not going to kid. I'm not joking. It breaks before what's that thing that always pops up? Underdog and Sleeper. It always breaks before them. Sean's always on top of that, posting everything you need to know on Blue Sky, Fantasy Now Plus, and go to fantasynowplus.com for everything else you need to know. All right. Let's get back into the fantasy football action. Let's get back to Shedeur Sanders. So we know what he did. We know he went 14 for 23. We know he had 138 yards. But what did it really tell you? What did it really tell you about his poise and how he's taking the criticism? It tells me that he is up for the task. It tells me that he heard everybody. He's been listening to everybody. He reads the news. He sees on Twitter. He sees everything. And he took that and goes, you know what? I'm going to take these opportunities. I'm going to take these 50 snaps. I'm going to take everything they give me, and I'm going to do the best I can with it. And that tells me that he's a kid that wants to succeed. You know, you have the people out there that are told, hey, you're second string, or hey, you're not going to make the team, or hey, you're this, or hey, you need to work on that. And they can get down on their feelings. They can start feeling a certain kind of way because you got to understand every player in the NFL, they've been great at everything their entire life. From high school, from junior, what's it called? Junior JUCO? I don't even know what it's called. My kids don't play football. My son is so not a football guy, which is totally cool with me. He's more into video games, so he won't be playing Pee Wee football. But from Pee Wee football to college, high school, all that stuff, they were like the best on their team. Now they get to the NFL where everybody's the best. It's kind of like the what's that movie? The Incredibles, where the bad guy's like, if everyone's super, nobody's super. That's the NFL. Everybody's super. And then you have the superstars, which is the Jamar Chases and the Patrick Mahomes and the George Kittles. But even these guys who I am guilty of this, you know, everyone that you are watching, everyone that you watch on this network, everyone you watch on any other network are guilty of saying that guy's a bum. That guy's this, that guy's that. But in reality, that guy is a freaking stud and is one of the most elite athletes on this planet. So take that with a grain of salt. Whenever I say that or anybody else says that, that's Shedeur Sanders, man. He's going to make it work. I do believe him. I do not think he's going to be starting day one. I do not think that, but I do think he has a chance to be starting sometime this season, and the fans are going to demand it. It's going to be a situation where the fans get behind him and demand it. Now, what does that do for your fantasy football teams? I want to say it builds up Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku, but it kind of doesn't in a way because now we have this angst, right? When I go out and draft David Njoku or Jerry Jeudy or anyone else on the Cleveland Browns, I'm going, what's their situation? Because it could change every week. So when I have a Jerry Jeudy in my second, wide receiver spot or my flex, I always have to check, well, who's the quarterback today? Is it going to be Joe Flacco? Is Joe Flacco going to be Joe Flacco of elite status back when he won the Super Bowl? Or is he going to be 40-year-old Joe Flacco this week? Oh, Shedeur Sanders is in. He's going to start. Oh, are we going to have the Shedeur Sanders from? So it really makes me iffy on the Cleveland Browns situation as a whole. So I'm not going to touch anything with the Cleveland Browns except for the running back situation if they get that whole sorted out, because that's a whole mess as well. All right. So we had some good play in the New York Giants front. Jackson Dart did pretty well, right? People are going off on him and rightfully so, but the whole quarterback room as a whole did really well. Jameis played well. Russell Wilson played well. Jackson Dart played well. He went 12 of 19, 154 yards, 24 rushing yards, which is nice to see. He led 4 drives. It's pretty good. You want to get that with your rookie quarterback, get him in there, right? But 3 of those ended in scoring drives, which is also good. You want to see that. He had 1 touchdown throw. It was pretty nice. It was pretty sweet, actually. I'm not going to lie. I was not a Jackson Dart fan going into the NFL season. Still kind of iffy on him, mainly because I want to see Jameis, mainly because I'd rather see Russ. But if Jackson Dart gets in there, I wouldn't be upset. That team's not going anywhere. I would like to see what he is now because I have him on a couple teams, and I'm sure you do as well. I want to see him now. We all want to see these guys now. But I think they're going to play it safe with Russell Wilson. By the way, I can't believe I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say it. And I don't want to, but I'm going to say it. I hated Brian Daboll since day one. Yeah, it's true. It's true. He's never been good. The only time he's ever been good at all, at anything in his life, in the NFL, was when he had Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. I mean, come on. Sure, Adam Gase did well with, what he had as well. Sure, anyone could be good with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs. He goes to New York and totally falls flat in his face, but he and I relate. My daughter's been saying the 6'7" thing for a while. I don't know what that is, but I really enjoyed that interview. I wanted to clip it today and play it for you guys if you missed it. But Brian Dayball, you have earned one extra spot on my cool level. Like you were a 0, now you're a 1. I really appreciate that. That was pretty funny. Anyway, getting to the big news. I don't want to talk much about Dart. Russell Wilson's a starter. Like let's not be silly. Anthony Richardson though. Anthony Richardson, this was the first big news of the week because he was right. It was right before the Sunday games, and he dislocated his pinky finger, and it looked brutal. It looked disgusting. I hated seeing it. That led Daniel Jones to get right in and take 31 snaps in that game. He didn't do much with those 31 snaps. Oh my gosh, it was embarrassing. 10 completions out of 21 passes. That's under 50%. If you can't do math, I can't. I'm not good at math, but I know that's under 50%. 144 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, but it did lead to 2 field goal drives. Man, we were all thinking the worst with Richardson and that finger. We didn't know at the time, but he's fine. As Justin in the chat says, he's fine. He's throwing. He's going to be practicing again. But I don't think this is the last time we're going to see Anthony Richardson or Daniel Jones, I should say, on the field. Not that Anthony Richardson, I just think it's going to be a hogwash of like, who's the quarterback this week? Who's it going to be? Who wants to play? Who's tapping out? Hey, Richardson, you want to go in? No, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Like, what are we going to see? This is an awful situation. This is a situation where you got Michael Pittman, you have Alec Pierce, you have Tyler Warren, who's getting a ton of targets and looked freaking great out there. You get all these guys that are just wasting away because of their quarterback situation. And I don't know what I'm going to do in this situation because I roster both Jones and Anthony Richardson on multiple teams. I'm sure you do as well. And it's just so annoying to see. Michael Pittman was supposed to be something, and he's just been wasted away with no one talks about that, by the way. We talk about McLaurin and Garrett Wilson, all these other people all these other receivers who don't have a great quarterback. Michael Pittman should be on that list as well. He's criminally underrated. He's very good at football, as we all know, and he just can't catch a break with his quarterback as well. So Michael Pittman Jr., Mr. Limited. That's true. As last year, that was the big joke. Thanks for bringing that one back, Justin. Thanks for bringing it back. All right. Other news. You know what? We're gonna save Cam Ward for last. All right. We're gonna go right into the whole New Orleans Saints situation. I was watching this game live on Sunday. This was one of the games I wanted to watch because I am not a Spencer Rattler believer, and I don't like how we pronounce this guy's name. Shuck. It looks like show. It pisses me off. But this is a quarterback race that we have to watch. They have some weapons in New Orleans, Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara. They do have some fantasy relevance, so we need to see who the starting quarterback is going to be. There was a fumble, not a fumble 6, but there was a strip sack early in the game. I want to see some more awareness from that offensive line and that quarterback. That was horrendous. Shuck came in and looked pretty good. I'm not going to lie. He actually looked a lot better than Spencer Rattler. If I had to go off of one game, which I don't, but if I had to go off of one game, Shuck will be the starter week 1 for sure. They're going to go week 2, splitting more reps. We're going to have to hold off on what we see. I just don't want to touch this as well. It seems like every quarterback position or every quarterback battle this year is this battle of the bums. And here I am again using that term bums when both of these guys could probably throw 70 yards on a line. And I could probably throw it maybe 5. So who's the real bum is probably me. But Coach Kellen Moore over there acknowledged both quarterbacks showed flashes, but definitely understands that, the decision of who the quarterback is going to be is much up in the air. More preseason games will determine that and what they do in practice, of course. Travis Hunter, I want out of the Travis Hunter business. I've decided that. I roster Travis Hunter in one league, and I sent out many, many offers to get out of the Travis Hunter business, as I stated earlier, just because you, how can I say this? When I worked in the auto industry, I would do headlights, right? I could recondition headlights. I know how to do that. I could recondition rims, right? I know how to sand rims down, grind them down, make them look smooth again, repaint them. I was in that industry for a long time. Nothing bugged me more when a customer or some like a salesman or a service writer would go, "Oh, you should be doing this and that, and whatever they want to tell me on how I should recondition my headlights, knowing that they've never done it a day in their life." Right? Who am I to tell Travis Hunter, tell the Jaguars, you can't play both ways. It's impossible to play both ways at a high level. Who am I to tell him that? I'm nobody. So I'm not going to do it. Just like service writer A or customer B or whoever's telling me how to recondition these headlights, you think I should skip the 800 sanding? You think I should just go to no, you don't tell me what to do. I know what to do. I've been doing this. That's how I make my living. So when Manti Te'o or other NFL players are telling me as a viewer, there ain't no way he's going to do this 2 ways at a high level. Who am I to argue with former NFL players to tell me that he couldn't do this? Now, right, Shohei Ohtani, people would say that you can't pitch and hit at an elite level. Things are changing. People are changing. We evolve as people. We get stronger, faster. Look at us. Look at us all. Look at us as a species. Yes, the majority of us are getting bigger in size. That's a fact. But our athletes are getting stronger, faster, quicker, better. So maybe Travis Hunter can pull it off, but I don't want to be here for it. And that was my thing going into the preseason, into the rookie draft season was I don't want to. I'm okay missing out on Travis Hunter because I don't want to take the risk. One league I took the risk. I want out. I don't want it anymore. He had 10 snaps on offense, 8 snaps on defense. He did fine, right? Nothing bad, nothing great. Just he was there. He showed flashes. Looks quick. I just don't know how it's going to work in the real NFL game. When is he going to rest? Are his snaps going to be limited? Some people aren't worried. Some people have zero care. Those people are psychotic. Don't listen to those people. I'm worried. Now, you can listen to those people. Those people are probably cool. I'm messing with everybody if you like Travis Hunter. I'm messing with you. But me, like, some of these players can't even get through a game just playing one position. Right? We had quarterbacks tapping out in the NFL. We got players throwing up on the field. We got players being dehydrated. We got people seeing ghosts on the field. I just don't see how this man can play that many snaps. But we'll see. We'll see. I am totally out of the Travis Hunter business, but I can't wait to see more. Until they announce like he's a one-way player, I don't want anything to do with him. All right, last one here before we do wrap this thing up. This should have been in most years, in almost every year, this would be, I just got a trade offer from Justin for Travis Hunter. That's fun. That's funny. I know I'm not supposed to have my phone, but you know where I figured it out, Sean. He's sending me, oh gosh. Yeah, that's an instant decline. Not even worth reading on the air. You little dirtbag. That was a terrible trade offer. Meanwhile, this should be this should be the number one news topic in any year possible. The number one pick. The number one overall pick in the NFL draft has been buried in the news, in the headlines, because of Shedeur Sanders and the New York Giants quarterback situation and so many other things. But Cam Ward for the Tennessee Titans had a very decent debut. 5 of 8, 67 yards, right? They lost, but who cares? It's preseason. They played the Buccaneers, who have a so-so defense. Nothing great, nothing bad, just so-so. The first drive was 3 and out. Okay. Went back there on the second drive, found rhythm, completed passes to Calvin Ridley. He had 1 for 27 yards, and then he scored a touchdown. Cam Ward, he's not getting talked about. Go turn on NFL Network. Go listen to your sports radio. Go download your favorite podcast. Whatever you want to do. He's not the number one topic. And I think that's criminal because he is the number one pick. He has the most pressure on him. He has all of the pressure on him. He is supposed to be the savior of this franchise. He is supposed to be the one. They haven't had a quarterback in Tennessee since when? Since when? Since when? So he's supposed to break the mold. And I'm not going to say he did it week 1 because he didn't, but he went 5 for 8, 67 yards. Looked good. Third drive, didn't play, right? 2 series. That's all we got from him. I want to see a little bit more. But it was nice to see the connection between him and Calvin Ridley. Ridley had 3 targets, right? 50 yards. I think he's going very underrated in the drafts. That's Calvin Ridley, the Cam Ward situation, because of Cam Ward. I think Cam Ward, people are scared of him. I think the evolution of Cam Ward coming from a small school, going to Miami, winning this, doing that, yada, yada, throwing the touchdowns, being drafted high. It's like we were bumping him up, and then once he gets to where we wanted him to be, once we as the media, once we as the people, once we as the fans go, oh, Cam Ward, this, he gets this high. He gets this high, right? As high as you can go. Now we got to knock him down, and that's what we were doing all offseason. So we were doing all the, oh, he's not this, he's not that, he's not good enough, he's not this, he's not that. Well, let's see it, guys. If this was Shedeur Sanders doing this, right? The 2 series, the stat line, will we still be talking about Shedeur Sanders like we are today? Damn right we would. You're damn right we would. Why aren't we doing it with Cam Ward? I don't understand. I don't get it. His touchdown scoring drive was 11 plays, 75 yards. Tony Pollard did get the rushing touchdown. It was not a passing touchdown, but the highlight of that drive or possession was that 27-yard catch from Cam Ward to Calvin Ridley. Calvin Ridley's currently going to wide receiver 31 right now in ADP. Last year he finished wide receiver 28. So around where he finished, which makes sense. People are scared of Cam Ward. I think Calvin Ridley is going to be criminally undrafted, and I think he's going to be connecting with Cam Ward a lot, and I would not be surprised if he finishes top 24 this season. So that's going to go ahead and do it up with that recap of the preseason NFL week 1. You know, I don't want to get overexcited for week 1. It's just week 1. But I will get excited for week 2 again. I'll be back next week, of course, here on Cold Brews and Hot Takes. Make sure you follow us everywhere, fantasynowplus.com, Blue Sky, right? Go to our Blue Sky, Fantasy Now Plus. If you're watching on Finn's Talk Sports Network, I really appreciate you. Come on over here to Finn's Fantasy Now Plus. Hit that subscribe. Hit that like button. Who did I miss out on today? Who did you want me to talk about? Who should I be keeping an eye out for week 2? Let me know in the comments because I always check the comments and I always respond when you do comment. All right, you can't follow me anywhere. I'm not on Blue Sky. Well, I am Josh Kimmel on Blue Sky, but I'm not there. It's just there for show. I'm gonna hire someone to run my socials pretty soon. You can't find me on X. You can't find me anywhere else. But if you want to contact me, join our Discord. I am there. I am in our Discord. You can go to fantasynowplus.com. There's going to be a Discord link. Click it, join. I wish I had the link in front of me right now. I think it's on somewhere on screen or in the description. Chat /fantasynowplus.com. I am there. And so is Justin, and so is Topher, and Will, and everybody else here at Fantasy Now Plus. And we're always there. There's no paywall. There's no this. There's no that. If you have questions, join our Discord and ask. We're always there. We're always there to answer you. And we have a full staff ready to connect with you and talk to you straight up in person. Well, not in person, but, over the internet in person. So that's going to do it for everybody else, guys. My name is Josh. This has been Cold Brews and Hot Takes. Thank you for everybody who's watching. Thank you for everybody who's been subscribed. It's going to be a fun season. Peace. Well, no, I can't do peace out yet because Justin's going to be mad at me. Peace out.
Thanks for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe wherever you watch or listen to podcasts. We'll be back next week for more ways to win your league.